Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Clemson is going to kick the shit out of the South Carolina Gamecocks probably for the next 10 years every time they run across each other.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss.
The Rob and Kale podcasts.
Let's go.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My podcast partner is in the upstate, and after last night's win, he's happier than a pig in slop. He is Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
All right, Rob, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. I thought it was a fair thing to say. I mean, you are happy that your Gamecocks pulled out the win last night up at Tennessee, right? Is happier than a pig in slop too far fetched?
It's probably a little far fetched. I didn't. I kind of expected this. Not gonna lie to you. That's why I put so much faith in the Gamecocks and placed a big wager on them to win that game straight up on the money line, and they paid jackpot. So
well, that makes up for the fact that who was it? The Detroit Lions fucked you the other night, so you got
them.
That. Fuck them.
Fuck them. They suck. But no, yeah.
I'm glad they lost. That's Jackpot's saying now.
Yeah, they're not good. I don't like them. But well, I mean, 49ers were they just went into that stupid defense, that stupid prevent bullshit that we see the Gamecocks have to get into a lot. You know, when we're kind of blowing somebody out and it's kind of coasting to another victory. It's that same old stuff. San Francisco runs it. Gamecocks run it. Everybody's running it these days.
Look, I got to give some credit to the Tennessee folks coming in tonight and giving the Gamecocks their flowers. Devin says, "Congratulations, Gamecocks! Y'all are legit."
Say giving them some credit. I hate that damn saying. You know that.
I like the flowers. And then Will says,
"We don't give guys flowers. The only guys that
why not?
Neighbors.
I'll send you flowers, motherfucker. I'm gonna send you flowers. That way, they're right there at your door. I want you to take a picture with them and make a video out of it. I'm gonna send you some tulips. That's what you need is a couple of sets of tulips. No roses for you.
I'm gonna send you a dozen black roses
that's
James
fine.
Sent to Jim Hurd that time.
I ain't scared. I swear to you, y'all make the tournament. I'm sending you flowers, motherfucker. Will says, "Good game to the Cox for their win last night. Safe to say USC should be comfortably in control of a trip back to the big dance." Not a lot of lies there. Not a lot of lies there.
They control their own destiny. Yeah, the Tennessee man. I didn't see any of them. I didn't see any excuses from anyone. No crying, no whining. It wasn't like the Kentucky man. Where we saw nothing but.
I looked for sour grapes today and I couldn't find any, Jackpot. No sour grapes from the Tennessee fan. I was kind of shocked by that. I mean, look, I wanted to throw this out there before we get too far ahead of ourselves here, but this Gamecock basketball team, I was watching the game last night, and I think this is the best on the ball defensive team that has been there since, the Dave Odom era, basically. I could go back that far as we're going to play you man to man right in front of the ball and just get after it. And hey, if you beat us man up, then fine. I think that's what Coach Paris has done, is give them this mindset that if you play zone is a bitch defense. We're not going to be bitches here. We're going to try to man up and just go after you, and it's working for them. It really is.
Yeah, they were killing Tennessee last night. It had to be one of their lowest. It might have been their lowest offensive output this year.
Yeah,
because they got 31 points to that one kid, but everybody else is pretty much shut down.
Well, but look, I hate to use a word from the famous CH that is known to put out some videos on YouTube, but it was nothing Tennessee did. Nothing they did. It's what South Carolina did. They jumped in their damn jerseys and were with them all damn night. So, hey, I'm not saying it's going to take place for the rest of the season, but watching them last night go up there in a building that they have had horrors in, and they go and shook that goose really damn quick.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you when the last time they had won a game there was. It was
I don't even know.
Years.
Yeah,
years.
you may have had hair. You may have had hair then.
Nah, probably not. But
all right, so I'm going to put the link here if you guys want to jump in and join the show. One Power 5 coach has left his team, Jackpot. Did you see this? Hafley up at Boston College is, hey, I'm going to go be Green Bay's defensive coordinator now.
I tweeted he's tired of the bullshit. He said it himself. He's tired of the bullshit. He said he's having to re-recruit his own team in addition to recruiting the transfer portal and high school, and said you're not coaching football anymore. So,
well, he's had extensive experience in the NFL anyway, and I think there's a lot of coaches that are going to go that route. But by the way, look, I posted something picking on Tennessee yesterday because the NIL stuff may come back to haunt them a little bit here, or the NCAA is investigating. The funniest thing with all of that is, what was it? The New York Times put out something saying that their collective flew in their star quarterback, and that was some of the help to recruit him, etc. I'm not going to sit here and say that shouldn't happen, because shit like that happens all the fucking time anyway. I mean, let's just be as honest as we can about that. Now, Tennessee was ahead of the game with the collectives, and they were doing some crazy stuff before anybody really got into the NIL stuff. But the Tennessee fans were just batshit stupid yesterday, looking for someone to blame. They posted a video that the Clemson football team put out where Dabo Sweeney, DJ Uiagalelei, and the line, not Boulware, but the line, Skowski, when they went to ACC kickoff, they flew there, and they had some video of them in the plane, and they're like, the Tennessee fans are posting that, look what Clemson did. Don't look at what we've done, but look at what Clemson did. It was posted by like 10 different people. And I'm like, you realize that is...
They're on the fucking team.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're like, oh, he was flying him in to recruit him. No, they were going to...
That's no different than them flying down to a game. Exactly.
And the funny thing is, if you look at the original tweet, the fucking ACC retweeted it. I mean, what else do you want? It's just like, all right, whatever. Now, here's the thing, though. If Tennessee went above and beyond, which is what they're trying to hammer them for, the NCAA, I don't know what they're going to do to them. I'm not going to sit here and try to claim that I know what they're going to do. I can tell you this, though. Tennessee, their officials must be listening to this program, because their chancellor basically put out a nicely worded letter that was written by a lawyer, but it essentially told the NCAA, go fuck yourself. We didn't do shit.
It makes me wonder, who else are they going to come after?
Well, they're coming after everybody. Will with the super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, do you think the antitrust lawsuit that was just filed today by Tennessee and Virginia blocks the NCAA from controlling NIL? I'm not an attorney, but from what I read from several different folks today that I consider pretty smart, that's going to be an interesting thing, but it's going to make NIL to a point where if you don't like it now, you're going to absolutely hate it when there's nothing to stop it. I'm serious. And it's going to come down to which programs can generate the most money. You thought that we were sitting here with Alabama, Ohio State, and whoever else in the playoffs. The idea of having a Cinderella 12 seed that can move their way through a playoff tournament, that has gone out the window.
Yeah.
And this lawsuit and several others that are coming are going to be the ones that put that out there. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me give you this, Jackpot. I think the NCAA right now is like a prohibition agent in 1932. When they put alcohol back in 1931, but they still had prohibition agents in 1932. That's what I think the NCAA is right now. They're just late.
That's a good comparison. Yeah, I mean, how can you go back and say you broke the rules before the rules in place? So I mean, we're going to go back and punish you for. I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, look, I don't think anything's going to happen to Tennessee for two reasons. One, the NCAA is probably going to get laughed out of the court. That's thing number one. But two, their chancellor came out immediately and said, "No, you didn't give us any rules. We had to make up our own rules for about an 18-month period, and go to hell." That's basically what they said.
Uh-huh.
Now, did they do things that were out of line from what I read? Yeah, it was probably over the top. Flying the guy in and setting up a fake office, which they did, paid a month for it, all that. Yeah, it's shady and it's stupid, but in the end, there weren't any damn rules. There weren't any rules at all.
No, but I mean, it's like, I don't know. If you think something might be shady, you think something might be frowned upon, why would you do it?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
That none of that is surprising to me. I mean, coming from that bunch.
But I mean, but I do think that you have to go up in competitive athletics. You've got to go right up to the line and get as close as you possibly can to make sure that you've got as much of a competitive edge as you can possibly get. I agree with that. But they didn't know, nobody really knew where the line was. So yeah, I honestly don't think anything's going to happen out of it. Do I think they're picking at Tennessee? No. I think they just had more people bitch because of the stuff with Tennessee and their quarterback, and they went after the highest one first. They're going to make an example out of someone, and it's going to be a program. I don't think it'll be Tennessee. It's going to be the program that's going to sit there and not going to punch back at them, and it's not going to get their lawyers to come out and say, you know what, fuck you, we're going to sue. It's going to be somebody that's going to try to play ball, and they're going to get hammered for it. So,
Daniel Gregory says, Rob, you said something to me about Tennessee having a shell company. Was that just a rumor, or have you seen anything else about that?
I've read several. So they built a building. Oil? No, it's like they had a building with an office. They rented out the office, paid a month, is what I've read. In the end, they shouldn't have done that. Just what you should have done is just laid brick and mortar. This is our collective, and then start raising money for the collective, and then bring your kids in there and go that route. Now, should they be flying kids in? No. But let's just be completely honest. Let's use Jadeveon Clowney for an example. Number one player in the country. I mean, his mom was working overnights, if I remember, somewhere to just pay the bills.
Dollar General.
Old Jelly Bean Clowney wasn't around. And what was his name? His name was Jelly Bean. I'm not joking. His name was Jelly Bean. He was in prison. I'm not. That's his name. Don't people think I'm laughing, but I'm joking. That's his name, Jelly Bean Bryant, or Jelly Bean Clowney. I'm sorry. So anyway, they you think his mom could afford for him to fly to LSU? You think his mom could afford for him to fly to Alabama or drive him out there? No, absolutely not. He was getting $2,000 and $3,000 handshakes, I'm sure, to take him out there to look at these colleges. But to do it where you're just putting it out there, look at my penis. Look at how big it is. I could fly you in on a private jet. I don't think that's the way to go. Don't think that's the way to go.
Jelly Bean Clown. I'm a licorice whip. I'm Circus Peanut. What the fuck?
No, I swear to you, his name is Jelly Bean. Mike Muse and I joke about that all the time, about him being Jelly Bean Clowney or whatever his name is. So his son bought, and this is another thing. you hope that these kids, you say kids, but these young men will go to the NFL and they'll spend their money correctly. Clowney used a good portion of his first money to open up a smoke shop for his dad. His dad owns like one of those smoke shops where you can go and buy, they're not supposed to be for the wacky weed. They're supposed to be for, yeah. He's like
smoking tobacco out of.
Yeah, you're supposed to smoke tobacco out of those things, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what he set up for his dad, Jelly Bean.
Lord.
So there. Anyway.
So I guess whatever the crimes committed by Jelly Bean weren't so serious that he did lengthy time.
I don't know. I don't know the whole story behind that. I know that now that he's
free as a bird.
He's free as a bird, and he's up there running his smoke shop that his son put together for him.
He's free as a bird, naked as a. Rob? You ever heard the saying "naked as a jaybird"?
I've heard that phrase. My grandmama.
I don't
used to
understand
say that.
what the hell that means.
I don't either, but my grandma used to say it, so we're not.
Aren't all wild animals naked? I mean, why can't it be naked as a orangutan?
I follow some people that have these monkeys on Facebook. They got their little monkeys running around in like little overalls and shit. I think it's the funniest shit ever to watch. They're just like, look,
naked as an alpaca.
Naked as an alpaca. Okay. Let's see here. Jerry says, Jackpot, do you view Tennessee as a generally shady operation? That's what Jerry asked. Jerry asked, do you view that Tennessee as a generally shady operation?
Well, I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, they just got off. I mean, they're on probation right now.
Yeah, they're on probation.
They've been on probation before. I mean, that's probably why they got looked at so hard this time. I mean, they're what's the term? I mean, you've gotten caught with your hand in the cookie jar, so somebody's gonna keep an eye on the cookie jar
or your hands. One or the other.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to talk about that all night, but it's a shit show, and we may be looking at the NCAA completely falling on its ass right now because
Tucson says, am I going to any more basketball games this season? Maybe. Think it might be a little bit of a hotter ticket now.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd have told me that South Carolina would be 18-3 at this point of the season, at the beginning of the season, I would have laughed at you.
I mean, I'd think right now at this point they'd be goddamn closer to 3-18. I mean, strange things happen.
They were picked to finish dead last in the SEC, and yeah, that's not happening.
Hopefully, they can pull off some kind of miracle like this in football.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh.
But I know Jackpot's wanting some positivity, but no, I mean, I want to talk for a minute about Clemson last night playing Louisville. Jackpot and I were texting back and forth about that. Like, the game was the shits. Clemson was tied at 16 at one point, and then Clemson goes on a run. They go up by 12 at the half. I turn it off for a minute, come back. They're up by 25, and I'm thinking, all right, the Louisville's shithole. Clemson's winning. Sure. They're going to just blow them out, and that'll be the end of it. Come back. Clemson's down, or Clemson's up by 10. They've blown a damn 25-point lead, and Louisville's sticking around.
Yeah.
With guys they got from the fucking parking lot. What the fuck is going on up there? I just don't know. You've got an all ACC player in PJ Hall, and Schiffler's a good player too. The kid that transferred in from Syracuse, he seems to be a good player. You've got, I mean, in my opinion, 3 good ACC players right there. Wiggins is supposed to be good. They play like asshat, Jackpot. Terrible.
Well, the place was dead. Yeah, it was a dead crowd. I mean, just a big wet fart of a game. So a big wet fart of a second half anyway. So they're gonna have to level their stuff up a little bit. I mean, you can't just be so lackadaisical, especially with the schedule they got coming up. I mean, they got to go to UNC Saturday, I think.
No, they got Virginia Saturday. It's Virginia at home, and then they go to UNC after that.
Is Virginia any good this year? Haven't kept up.
I mean, they beat Louisville by 20 at Louisville.
I mean, that's not a very high bar to set. I mean, it's not a parameter.
Well, I mean, Clemson won by 6 at home. Yeah, I think Virginia's right there. They got about the same record Clemson does.
Remember, they were ranked like in the top 3 just a few years ago. What the fuck happened to that?
Just a shithole. I don't know. All right, let's welcome our first guest into the show. Coming to us, you're probably live on campus down there, right?
Yes, sir. You know I am.
All right.
It's
Mr. Gamecock Sporty. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Trying to
hold on. Did you spend your microphone money on ramen noodles? You sound like you're in a tunnel. What the hell's going on over there, buddy?
I don't know.
It's like, what? Man, you just sound like you're really in a tunnel over there. It's good though. What you got for the show, man?
I just wanted to give a shout out to our basketball team just being so good. I mean, you can make the argument that one upset win can be a fluke, but 2 upset wins on the scale that we've had, I mean, that's just extremely impressive in the turnaround that we've had year 2 so far. I mean, the season's not over yet, but like the turnaround, like if you looked at me and you told me that at this point in the season that South Carolina was going to be 18-3 in men's basketball, I would have had your head examined. But like,
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I think years ago we beat Louisville when we won at home. We beat Kentucky when they were ranked number 1, and then I think the next game they play, I think they went out and lost to them like William and Mary or somebody.
As crazy as this sounds, I actually honestly, as dumb as this sounds, honestly felt like the Missouri game at home right after the Kentucky win was a trap game.
Yeah, it had potential to be.
And because it's just Carolina tradition. It's literally every major sport. Right after we get one big upset win, what comes right after? We get beat by some terrible team.
What was the worst one ever, Rob? What was the worst ever Gamecock bed shitting after a big win? Which one?
Probably the Kentucky loss in 2010.
Yeah, it has to be the Kentucky loss after
we upset Alabama.
Can you think of a worse one, Jackpot? I mean, you just hand Nick Saban a loss.
Either that or in 1984 beating top 10 Florida State at home, beating the brakes off of them, getting ranked number 2, and then losing to Navy.
Well, I mean, we can go over a whole list of Gamecock bed shittings. I mean, remember the year they started like 6-0? 6-6.
What the hell? Is somebody like grinding meat in the background somewhere?
I'm telling you, Gamecock Sporty used either his internet money or his microphone.
Sounds like
money.
He's butchering a goddamn deer over there.
We may have to put a GoFundMe together to get this young man some decent damn headphones.
Oh Lord, we're gonna have to put a GoFundMe to send an ambulance down there. What it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. So, yeah. All right. Well, I agree with what you said there. I commented on Gamecock Sporty's YouTube video the other day because he was talking about why are the Gamecocks not ranked, and to me, it's like, who the fuck?
I don't give a fuck, dude.
Who gives a fuck about rankings in January? Number one, and you have a loss to a team ranked 80th in the net rankings at home. That doesn't really look good. But
yeah, I'll give you that. The Georgia loss was pretty bad.
Gamecocks win this week. They'll be ranked next week. If they're not next week, then you might have a leg to stand on because you'll be 19-3. And
we play Georgia next on the road. We play Georgia next on the road.
Yeah, well, and Georgia plays pretty good at home. Y'all better go watch out for the kid with the man bun. That guy, when he gets in, his range is all over the place. I mean, he doesn't give two shits.
Have you seen Mizzou playing, Rob? They got like a
7'5" guy,
7'5",
but he's trash though. He
fishy
can't get
white
any.
motherfucker.
He
He
can't even
probably
rebound.
weighs about 150 pounds.
He's
Last
not that
name
good.
Vanover or something.
He can't
That
even
looks
rebound.
like
He's not
he
any good.
crawled out from under a bridge or something. Well, he has this big man bun. And he shoots like 90% from the free throw line.
Of course he does. Look, that game tonight, Missouri and Arkansas. Arkansas is liable to shit the bed tonight because there are rumors. You've heard the rumors about Arkansas, right? Jackpot.
What, people there like to have sex with their relatives?
No. How about teammates like to have sex with each other? And apparently that's happening on that team. And this is real. That's happening on that team. And that team's on the brink of, falling apart. And Musselman's trying to keep it under wraps for recruiting purposes, etc. But apparently 2 of those players are dating each other, from what I've been told. And it's all going to come out eventually. And
now I know why they call him muscle men. But now they're winning by 20 against Mizzou on the road at halftime.
Wow, are you serious?
They're blowing them absolutely out of the fucking water. I mean, I thought this would be like a 5-point game because they both are terrible. But yeah, they're handing Mizzou their ass right now. They're getting their revenge for football. That's what they're doing. They're doing it. I heard a rumor they're going to win it for Coach Pittman.
Oh, fuck me.
They like those double D titties. I mean, this is just weird. I mean, who gives a shit? I don't really get who gives a shit what they're doing. I mean, hell, I mean, what was it? How long ago has it been? Was it 11, 12 years ago when Michael Sams got drafted? Remember him and his boyfriend was feeding him cake when he got drafted or something? They were eating it off each other's fingers. That was weird.
Yeah.
That happened too.
What a mess.
Whatever happened to Michael Sam?
I mean, he's. I know. I mean, he got an opportunity to play. I don't know what exactly happened to him after that, but we shall see.
Kentucky and Florida are playing right now, and it's a tie ball game with like 9. Kentucky's fraudulent. I mean, that really wasn't even I thought that was a great win. I think it was just kind of fraudulent, really. They're not.
Kentucky's had some really bad losses. They lost to A&M. Well, I mean, it was in overtime. They lost to A&M.
Yeah, they lost to A&M. They lost to fucking UNC Wilmington. I mean,
yeah.
I will not let
you
you sit
lose in the first round.
The good goddamn name of UNC Wilmington, sir. We'll not do it.
They'll lose in like the first round or second round of the tournament.
They won't make it. They won't make it past the
IUPUI or somebody like that.
Or they could completely turn it on and make it all the way to the Elite Eight, and you're like, how the fuck did this happen when they lost to UNC Wilmington?
Yeah, they'll make it Sweet 16 or something and get beat by Najit.
Najit?
The NJIT, the New Jersey Institute
of Technology.
That's a team. There's some weird teams in college basketball that's so obscure that you've never heard of. Bellarmine. I mean, Longwood. I mean, like, who the fuck are these teams? But they're Division
South
One.
Carolina. Who the fuck are these teams? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So,
real talk. How did South Carolina lose at Clemson? How did that happen?
Free throws. Got to make her damn free throws.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, if they put those
Turnovers
two teams in a neutral court, the Clemson team they put out there last night against that South Carolina team that played at Tennessee, Clemson loses by 20 at least. And that's if Paris is bored.
Falling off a cliff ever since y'all beat us.
We're a shithole. An absolute shithole.
Maybe they'll meet in the NCAA tournament. You never know.
Jeez, they may go. And look, I'll support the team regardless, but the way they're playing right now, shithole.
At least you have baseball to look forward to, maybe.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Clemson's supposed to be pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Their D1 baseball has them as like a top 10 team, but
Bakich.
Bakich. Yeah. He may be good. Who knows? We shall see. All right. Go subscribe to Gamecock Sporty's channel. You got anything else before you get out of here, sir?
No, other than the fact that I just saw the schedule. It came out a while ago for South Carolina football, and honestly, like, this is just I feel like I've got to wait for after spring games to do like my own little like record prediction thing for that, and for a lot of other teams as well. I have to wait after the spring.
Well, yeah,
You have to,
because
because there's still another transfer portal window opening up.
ding, ding, ding.
You don't know what might happen with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that's all I have, though. Appreciate y'all.
Well, appreciate you, man. You're always welcome, sir. Give them hell down there.
Yeah.
All right, let's welcome in. Rob has it SEC bias. Welcome in, sir.
Hey, good evening. How are y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, I don't know where you're at right now, but I'm.
How are y'all doing? Can you hear
I'm
me?
digging the cut of that jib.
Yes, we can hear you. What the hell's wrong with you? What are you doing?
Hey, let me log out. Let me log out and log back in. My computer's kind of lagging a little bit. I'll call back in a
I don't
second.
know what you're talking about. Okay, fair enough. Anybody else wants to join the program?
On a computer you didn't get from your sale.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
There you go with that.
I keep on hearing Brock Lee makes up a good point. We may get that wide receiver back from Boston College.
Jackpot doesn't want him.
I don't know. No, fuck you. I mean, no. No, he fucking lied, man. That guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't have that guy back after you motherfucked him, Jackpot.
He's a fucking liar. He lied to him, told him he wasn't taking any visits, and he did. He lied. He went to Boston. He went to Beantown to enjoy some. I don't know. I guess he went to go see Cheers or something. And then he goes and signs with Boston College. So congratulations up there in that cold shit hole. You have fun with that. With with playing for freaking who the fuck knows who your coach is gonna be.
Billy, welcome to the program.
Hey guys, congratulations to the Gamecocks last night on a well played game.
Thank you.
That was a good game. What are we talking about tonight?
You called in. What do you want to talk about?
It's your dime. Spill it.
Yeah. Spit it out, dude.
Have you talked about quarter zip there winning all that money?
Oh yeah, that was
Did you know that, Rob? He won over $900 last night.
How's that?
He hit the money line.
It's money line, sir. I threw $150 on the money line. Won myself 943 clams.
Shots on Jackpot.
And as for Lamont,
you know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna go to North Carolina and buy me a book of $30 lottery tickets. It costs $900.
And then you're gonna fucking scratch them off and win nothing.
I'm gonna scratch them off, probably win back 300.
It's the thrill of the hunt.
Well, you know that. Like, here's the thing. We talked about Jackpot motherfucking that wide receiver that went to Boston College. If he goes and buys 30 lottery tickets with his Lamont Paris money and hits a $10,000 jackpot on them, he will motherfuck me to the end of time. He may staple that damn lottery ticket to my forehead.
Seriously, there's an old video out there from probably about 5 years ago. I think it was like maybe the second or third $30 lottery ticket that North Carolina had. These two dudes, they're probably in their early 20s, I would say. They fucking spent $30,000 on those tickets. So I don't remember how many damn books that was of those colossal caches from North Carolina they bought. They scratched them all off on this long video. So they didn't do it all at once, but they sped it up, did all this stuff with it. You know how much do you think they won back, Rob?
Was that the Mr. Beast video where they did that?
It may have been.
Mr. Beast bought like a bunch of them and they were just scratching them off. I think they won like 17 grand back or something.
Yeah, but I thought it was. I thought it was like $6,000 or $7,000.
By the way,
Freaking
Lamont Paris is a great hire here in East Tennessee around Chattanooga. Everybody knows Lamont Paris. He took UTC to won the Southern Conference and took
Well,
them to the
if they
dance.
didn't know him, they know him now. When he went
Yeah.
in there and fucking took your heart last night.
Well, everybody wins.
last night.
Everybody wins a game every once in a while. It's okay.
Well,
Brother,
I was telling
they're
Rob,
18-3. They're not bums, brother. He's winning with guys that fucking were not on SEC rosters. So let's.
I was sitting there telling Rob last night that I hope they pay this son of a bitch really good because I was watching Louisville just playing like total garbage against Clemson. I remember back to the old Denny Crum days. I remember back to the Rick Pitino days and how big of a power Louisville used to be in college basketball. And I was like, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see them go after quarters up.
Yeah. Well, he's a winner. I mean, he's
he's
been at Wisconsin. He's been to the Final Four. He knows. He's been to the Final Four with Wisconsin and other times. He knows what he's doing. And for all the people there in South Carolina that didn't want him there, let me be real careful here. We know why he didn't want him there, probably. They didn't know him. All they knew was one thing, but he's a winner. He's going to do good.
We're not all rednecks that go around shooting up the church down here, Billy.
Well, Tennessee did a few years ago when they were looking for a coach before all this debacle crap happened 15, 20 years ago. What was the defensive coordinator, the great defensive coordinator that everybody wanted?
Charlie Strong.
Idiots around here wouldn't let him come.
Look, I'm
idiots around, and you know why they wouldn't let him come? Because his wife is white.
Oh my God!
They had a petition and everything. I can't hear you, Rob.
That might have flew back in the 1950s.
Yeah. Rob, we can't hear you.
Rob, your microphones went out.
Sign language.
Hey, damn it. Look up, damn it.
But anyway.
He realizes it's probably his dog probably hit something under there.
Did you just see Northwestern take Purdue, the number one team, to overtime?
Did they beat them?
No, they lost by 2 or 3.
Well,
and you hit on something the other day in your video that people were saying, well, why is it South Carolina relevant? And you hit on it. It was their out of conference schedule. And
it was shit.
Yeah, not blowing these teams away. And
then the one good team they did play, which was Clemson, they lost.
Yeah, but they're out of conference schedule. And you was exactly right. So now you got 10 games left. They win 5 and do good in the SEC tournament, and they're in, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, that's what I said after that. I was like, well, they finished up they were like 13-1 through that stretch, and I said, well, SEC play is going to tell the story, but I mean, they just kept on winning and winning and winning. So I wish they could have that Georgia game back.
Yeah, we'll get it back. Well, I can't believe the South Carolina YouTuber was a few weeks ago when Tennessee was like 7-3 and wanted to know why they were in the top 10. It's because they lost to number 1 Purdue by 2. Who was the other team they lost that's up there now? Anyway, that was, but
Illinois.
No, I forgot who it was. They were the number 2 team and then they lost to North Carolina by about a dozen. So that was their out of conference schedule. Play weak teams and don't put them away. It's going to backfire on your ass.
Brock Lee says, to be honest, it's more racist at Clemson than at South Carolina. Clemson was literally founded by a slave owner. That's true. But hey, I don't want to get into a whole lot of that stuff. But people didn't. I think that there were a lot of people at South Carolina didn't want Lamont Paris here because there was a lot of people that stood behind Frank Martin, didn't understand why he got let go. He had a winning record when they let him go. He got on there and cried because he had a winning record when they let him go. And now we're starting to see that maybe Ray Tanner finally got one right.
Yes, he did. He got it right.
Yeah. I remains to be now the baseball coach thing is what's so damn perplexing to me. I mean, this guy starts off last year like a house of fire.
Right.
And then in probably about the end of April, I mean, they just forget how to play baseball, and they lose like 5 SEC series in a row.
Yeah. Well,
Just
Well,
happens.
hold on. Let me address something really quick here. I was saying before the internet dropped or whatever, there are racists everywhere. You think that they're not racist at the University of South Carolina? You think that the buildings that were there, that they weren't built by slaves? Are you out of your fucking mind when you
Aren't
say
they
shit
still
like that?
flying the Confederate flag there at the Capitol?
No, they don't do that. But you can walk around and see monuments to doctors that used slave women to learn about OB stuff that went to South Carolina that are you can throw a rock from the state house and hit it. I mean, let's just slow the roll a little bit here. Okay. Especially, I mean, goddamn with all that shit. The damn the Ben Tillman statue that's on the fucking state house grounds, but then they'll make fun of Tillman Hall up at Clemson. You Gamecock fans need to slow your roll a little bit.
yeah, but the state house has nothing to do with the University of South Carolina. Clemson University has a lot to do with Clemson University.
Where did the doctor that did all that stuff, where did he go to school? It'll tell you. You can go to the State House grounds and see it. He went to South Carolina. Imagine that.
Did you? I haven't gone back or stuff. Did y'all discuss the NIL stuff tonight?
We did. There's not. I mean, it's stupid. So I mean, you can have your credit, but
yeah, Sweeney, Dabo, and Saban told us this was going to happen.
Yeah, I hate to, like I said, I can agree with him, and still not like his team, but he was right.
He was right. And
well,
I don't know if y'all know this.
If you remember though, let's just be honest. Dabo and Saban were kind of like they were put into their own little circle, and people were like, "You guys are out of your fucking mind," and they're like, "Look, this is going to kill the sport."
Yep. Well, I don't know if I'm sure Rob has, and I have looked at the crap with Tennessee right now. This has to do with the inconsistent rules of a state like California, the rules before he committed to Tennessee, and the rules that they changed after he committed to Tennessee. While all along, Drinkowitz at Missouri, they have a rule in that state that if you're a kid in high school there and you commit to Missouri, in high school, Drinkowitz can be sitting right there and help that kid make his NIL deal. So what's wrong with all these rules?
They can get NIL money while they're in high school too.
Yes, well, you can do it in Tennessee.
But I'm completely with you on that. Jackpot made a statement earlier though that made a lot of sense. If you kind of thought that it was going to be wrong, you probably shouldn't have done it. But there were no rules. Well, you just don't know. There were no rules. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
Well, this has got a lot to do with when he was at California in high school and the rules then and the rules 10 months later. But I don't know if you've seen where the Virginia Attorney General and the Tennessee Attorney General are suing the NCAA because they have left this wide open. And it's like Jackpot called it the Wild Wild West. And that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
That's not it. But let me get off here.
I had fun picking at the Tennessee folks yesterday, but with this one, Tennessee actually, they have a leg to stand on. Nobody told them what to do. There was an 18-month period where it was like, you have to abide by what the Supreme Court says. You know, they can sell their image and likeness because it's theirs.
Right.
And they didn't put anything out. And that's why the NCAA is so inefficient.
Yeah.
You had a 3-year window with the whole stuff that happened with Tennessee with Pruitt. We don't have to get back into all of that, but why does that take 3 years to rule on that?
Well, I'm just saying too, with Tennessee on probation, from what I understand, Heupel up there tells these kids don't even jaywalk up there on campus. Don't even do that. Stay in the crossing lane.
I mean,
that's a little far fetched, but.
Big Barney Ross says, I wouldn't get too chatty until you see what evidence the NCAA has. Yeah, but they haven't even informed them of an infraction yet. They're just telling them they're under investigation.
Yeah.
Now, if they do come up with stuff, the NCAA, and look, this is going to piss Tennessee fans off, but if the NCAA finds a list of things again with Tennessee, and it's supposedly possible more level 1 and level 2 violations.
Clear violation.
If they have clear violations of whatever the hell it is that they've come up with, and they don't give Tennessee a bowl ban
Right.
for at least one season,
Could be worse than that.
They should close the NCAA down, because
Well,
it's basically
I don't
saying
think
you're
they're
on
even
probation,
doing
you
that
can't do
anymore.
anything. Well, either way, what can you do to Tennessee now? You've already given them the $8 million fine and cost them scholarships, and obviously they didn't learn anything from it. If there's stuff that's out there, I mean, what do you do now?
Yeah, like you said, Robert, the most important thing is there's no evidence of a violation right now. It's just they're
Right,
under.
but
investigation.
I'm saying in a world where in the
Sure.
vacuum, it's enough for them to say that they're doing this, and they find more level 1 or level 2 violations. What is Tennessee's punishment now? What do you do to them?
I don't know. I don't know what you do. You can't. You take away more scholarships. I don't know.
Well, they could shut the program down like they did at SMU a few years ago.
I don't think it'll be a death penalty type thing, but I could see a postseason ban. That's the next step, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was kidding. I was on real quick. And I'll get off here. I was on with Twisted Rooster and Game.
Well, now, you know that I didn't mean to cut you off there,
Go
Billy, but that would make now a postseason ban. I mean, before was basically like, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's a moot point because, like you say, some of these bowl games nobody gives a shit. But
Right.
you're gonna have 12 teams in the college football playoff now, so postseason ban. It's not just postseason bowl games; it's a postseason ban. So that would be
You're not in the field of 12. That's going to
would
hurt
be a-
recruiting.
would be
Who
a-
wants to
would
go
be a
play for
severe
somebody
punishment
that's not
if
going to
you-
compete?
Well, maybe, and I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe they could say, like, look, we're gonna ban Nico from playing there for a season. And yeah,
Well, I
somebody
will
said
tell
in
you
chat,
the way these kids are now.
He'll transfer.
If they knew there was no chance that there would be in the postseason, no chance to make the playoffs. I mean,
Right.
half the team hits the transfer portal. They're gone. You wouldn't have you would be basically like playing with a 2023 Orange Bowl version of Florida State the entire year.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know.
Right.
Hey, man, Billy, thank you, buddy.
Good night. Bye-bye.
There you go. All right, let's bring in Chris real quick, and then we'll go to Rob. Chris, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Everybody, I keep hearing everybody, like he was saying, Dabo is right, this is going to kill college football. How does kids having the ability to make money and transfer, it could kill programs. I'll agree with that if your program has a terrible coach or your coach isn't good on the field or he's a bad person to the players and they don't want to play for him anymore, it could kill a program. But it'll never kill college football. The good players will end up somewhere to play. Like, I just don't see how that's going to kill college football, though.
It killed the game the way that it was. I think,
And it's being,
I agree with
and-
that.
and
But
that's
you're already-
fine.
You're losing
That's fine.
coaches. You're already losing coaches right now.
yeah.
And that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that are still willing to do it. I mean, that's just the thing. It'll change the game up. It brings parity into the game, in my opinion, because you don't have one coach winning it forever or three coaches.
I think that your most well-funded teams will be at the top, and the idea of a 12 seed, or
Well, he's saying
he's
that one team's not like a Georgia or whatever. They're not going to be able to stockpile all these 5 stars anymore because they don't get playing time. They're going to transfer somewhere else. I think what he's saying.
I get that, but when you look at what Georgia has, they still got 5 stars on top of 5 stars there.
Well, Georgia just inherited the Saban tax. The next best team that can get you to the NFL now that Saban's gone is Georgia. Georgia inherited, or not the Saban tax, the Saban discount. So now kids will go to Georgia, especially DBs, linebackers, stuff like that, will go to Georgia for $200,000 when it's going to cost Texas or Tennessee $500,000 because Kirby has a history. So they're going to get it a little bit cheaper.
He's
But
got that reputation now.
yeah, but what I just don't see how the only people who are sitting here saying, like the only fan bases and the only coaches that are sitting here saying we can't do college football like this are the ones who succeeded when it was $50,000 in a Ford Raptor got you a 5-star quarterback. Now that it's $1 million is the only way you're going to get you a quarterback. The fan bases that don't have billionaires in the fan base or in the booster pool, oh no, we can't do it like that. We need to go back to under the table when I could give them a fucking Hellcat and they were in Tuscaloosa by the weekend. That's why they're complaining about it. They don't want it to where actual money gets handed out to these kids. They want it to where it's all under the table. And if anybody else starts doing what they're doing, then it's against the rules and they can crack down on it.
I mean, there's some validity to that, but I think that what Sweeney was talking about was players moving around.
I think Sweeney's intentions were a little bit more pure. As much hell as I give about New Spring and everything, I think his intentions were a little bit more pure than Kirby complaining about it or Saban complaining about it, because there's no.
I believe in the stat too of like none of these kids, and I say kids because that's kind of what they are. If you're a freshman and you go in and you've been told, hey, you're a top 5 prospect or whatever number, let's say you're the 5th rated quarterback in the country and you go to X school and you don't make first string, you're the 2nd string guy, you're the Arch Manning, whatever the hell it is. These kids don't work their way up anymore and move their way up the depth chart. They're just like, fuck it, I'm going to stay here one season and then I'm going to go somewhere else. So I think that's kind of what Sweeney was talking about. You're taking these guys and they're not earning their spot. They're not going out there and, working their way up the depth chart. Hell, Deshaun Watson didn't start his freshman year. He came in and played, but until the Florida State game when that idiot, God, I can't remember his name, but he goes in and ruins the damn Florida State game for them. He started after that and they were awesome after that.
Cole
Kelly or
yes,
Cole
Stout.
You have that argument, but I mean, the only 5-star quarterback that started most of the season last year was transfer. I mean, you had Malachi Nelson transfer, and then you had and his coach. Neither of these dudes' coaches changed or position coaches or anything, and they transferred out. Meanwhile, Nico's waiting his turn. Jackson Arnold waited his turn. Cade Klubnik waited his turn.
Look,
if you're a good coach, kids will stay for you. That's all I'm saying. If you're a good coach,
Arizona State.
Yeah. Look, and maybe quarterback's a bad spot.
Star, the one did he start?
Wait a minute, Arch Manning didn't start. So yeah, I mean, there's
the Rashada guy that was.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
Florida. Did he start in Arizona State?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. They weren't really watchable football. Arizona State.
No, I watched them when they played
Colorado. Eric says that turns out Deshaun ain't all that good. Sir, you're out of your mind. Deshaun Watson had issues with the bullshit he was doing off the field. When Deshaun Watson's on the field, he's a top 5 quarterback. So just stop it.
Nobody does good. And he's a massive Tennessee booster. If Jimmy Haslam has any control over what goes on in a football realm, you're going to fail. That dude could have Peyton Manning under him, and Peyton Manning would turn into freaking
Eric says, where's he at today? He's being paid as the 2nd highest rated quarterback in the damn NFL. He's making more money than a shit ton of other people.
I'd love to see Watson back home in Atlanta. I would love to see him back in Atlanta.
Oh, he can't go back to Atlanta. Damn, Atlanta's like, he'll be. I mean, I saw his Instagram stories and shit that he was putting out there. I mean, fuck, the guy's got issues. Hopefully he's worked.
Everybody get a little horny sometimes, bro. It's all right. He's not raping. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger played and was actually like raping people. This dude just like.
I don't know, but I've watched Deshaun Watson, especially when the season he was with the Texans. He was great. He had like 3 seasons with the Texans where he was great, just great.
Think it's possible we could see him with the Jets?
The Jets would take him. If he would go there, they would win too.
They're gonna let Aaron Rodgers get hurt again before they move on. They're gonna give him one more.
Rodgers, fucking 400 years old. He's got to go.
I know, dude. He's gonna tear his back next year or something. But I'll let you get on. I'm sure Rob's got an SEC bias trying to get back in, so I'll move on. But I'll talk to you guys this weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Let's welcome in Rob as an SEC bias.
Good evening, gentlemen. As you can see, I'm here with my
Hey,
my good friend
There with your
quarters at Paris.
Okay.
I've told him I'll address the crowd, so he's just gonna be
He
quiet.
looks like he's dressed in Citadel dress grays.
He's looking dapper, isn't he? With the salt and pepper hair.
Absolutely.
So
He's,
I've told him
he's like a month older than I am. So he's got some wisdom.
Well, I've told him I'll address the crowd, so don't ask him any questions or anything. He's a busy man. But let me just go ahead and start off this call with a little.
Fenemize says fuck the Jets. No, fuck that.
Well, where's my Patriots at? We are rivals, Jetpot.
All right, you guys entertain for a minute. I'll be right back.
That's all we do, man.
Yeah, we beat you. We beat you.
Yeah, this year y'all did, but I'm telling you what.
It's the first time since 2015.
Yeah. But we're
That's
poised.
awful.
I just hope we don't get Drake May, dude. I might cry if we draft Drake May third.
They're real high on him. I don't know. I don't see nothing.
Nothing's like jumped off the page at me. I'd rather have Rattler or Bo Nix, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know you would.
But that's besides the point. How about them Gamecocks, Kale?
I'm telling you, it's unreal.
It feels good to be freaking winners, right? Feels good to be winners. It's long overdue.
Exactly. I put out a video the other day where I was talking about that. This basketball team has opened up. What was it? Lord, I can't even remember what I said. But it's like it's a breath of fresh air.
It really is.
Hope springs eternal.
And I love the style in which he does it. We're just a smack you in the fucking mouth defensive basketball team. And
when we went to the game, the wife said, she's like, wow, and she doesn't follow basketball. She doesn't really follow sports. She doesn't really know what's going on with all that. And she's like, gosh, they play so well together. She's like, look, they just pass the ball around. I'm like, yeah, they do. And there's some good teamwork. And those guys on the Gamecock announcers were talking about that Saturday about the Mizzou game. They said they play complementary team basketball better than any squad they had seen in years.
Yep, and it like you just said, it's a breath of fresh air. And just imagine what he's going to do when we start getting some actual recruits in, because right now he's doing it with
he's doing it with scraps and things he was able to pick up. He's recruiting. He's really recruiting well.
Yeah, we've actually I did a little further research. We got the number 1 2025 class already for basketball.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So granted, not a lot of people have committed, obviously, but still something to hang your hat on a little early. He's, hitting the recruiting trail well. He's just got to maintain it through the season, because I've seen years where Frank Martin would start off the year like this and then just absolutely shit the bed halfway throughout the season. So I just want to see a bit of consistency as we move on further in. I'm not even necessarily expecting us to maybe, win the SEC tournament. I expect us to go, put on a decent showing, but I'm just looking for some.
I think you're a Sweet 16 team with the proper matchups.
Do you?
I think you're a legit Sweet 16 team. If you
I'll tell you, and I'm pretty sure apart from so I think it was like a bullshit game against Tarleton State where they pulled their starters. I think this is the only real game where Tennessee's been held under 70 points, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're.
They have the best offense in the SEC.
They are not a shithole.
But so I'm just proud of my boy.
Kentucky's going to overtime with Florida.
Oh fuck!
Are they? I hadn't
the Florida players are out there celebrating it, at mid-court like they just won the fucking game. No, you got to
Well,
play
they're
5 more minutes.
ignorant. They don't know all
I
that.
might go
Florida,
place a
man.
live bet
What's
on
happened to
Kentucky
Octavian?
right now.
Did
That's some loser shit.
he get committed or something? Why
What's that?
he's not?
Oh, I want really quick here. Someone asked about Deshaun Watson in 2020 before he went to the Cleveland Browns. He threw for 4,800 yards and 33 touchdowns. Yeah, he's terrible. Shut the hell up.
God awful numbers.
Hey, I will. You do have to admit though.
City.
You do have to admit though, Rob. He has been a little disappointing this year.
Well, yeah. Well, he was injured this year. Well, I'm not going to hold his water for him. He's got a huge contract that he has to own up to. But I'm just saying the idea that he can't play in the NFL is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I think those years off really hurt him. To be honest with you, I think he kind of lost a good bit of what he had.
But I'm saying he has the talent to do it. So
yeah, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But what do you think Clemson will go into March? By the way, I know y'all kind of had some shitty games lately, but you're projected to get in still. I think
with Louisville last night, man. I think they'll lose. I think they're going to lose. I think they'll lose to Virginia, and then they're going to lose at North Carolina, and that seat's going to get kind of interesting there with Brownell.
Have y'all already played Duke?
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, and they lost. That's what we're right was bitching about. Yeah. Oh, the refs. Fuck no, shut up.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering. I know there's been a lot of, Tennessee men eating their crow. But, I've seen a lot of other ones in the chat. I pack your lunch, man. Well, I mean, what a bozo, man. Just take your medicine, dude. You look like a clown.
What do you have to say?
He's just been complaining, dude. Talking about, I asked him if we put sand on the court. He was like, yeah, y'all probably did. You needed to do something to win. I was like, dude, just come on.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as the final buzzer hit
but I will say,
I tweeted something out about Connor Stallions being responsible for this shit.
I will say, Billy, he took his medicine, and I respect that. The majority of them,
yeah, they don't. They really haven't.
They took this loss way better than that football loss, which I'm kind of surprised about.
I mean, it's one game, and not to take anything away from them, but from South Carolina, but you got to suit up and play again in 4 days.
I'm gonna say something here. I'm gonna put it out there. Whenever I mention something on basketball, I never fail to get a couple of comments on a video every now and then. Basketball with question marks, and that's the thing that why you think we're getting some congratulations from the Tennessee fans. You don't see a bunch of whining about her. Look, I think it takes. I don't know. I think that just a lot more people pile on football, just in general, not just Tennessee, but everywhere. And you just get a lot more dumb people when you're dealing with a bigger number of people. You're going to have to deal with more dumb people. Like with basketball, I think most of the dumb ones are weeded out because they don't follow it.
I think that's a good
point. That makes sense to me.
No, that's a really
fair
good point.
statement too. But when some of your videos after the South Carolina beat the hell out of Tennessee in football a couple of seasons ago, you had people on there that I'd never seen before. Like, I don't know who
posted on some Tennessee board somewhere.
They're losing their gizzards, man.
Yeah, probably got posted on some chat board.
They just run their mouths. It's silly.
Well, that was, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't till a year after the game. Well, not a year. I mean, probably close to it, probably 10 months after the damn game happened that everybody found out about Coach Stallions and what he was doing to help us out. So, I mean, they were really getting mad about that. When it was something that might actually be legitimate. It was no sand on the field, no. What were some other ones? I mean, it was sand on the field.
Sand on the field. It was
Oh, y'all hurt Hendon Hooker. Okay, well, Hendon Hooker got
Hendon
hurt.
Hooker. If Hendon was playing, we would have won.
Yeah, well,
I
yeah,
mean,
he got hurt with 10 minutes left in the game. I mean, it didn't
weren't
have a
weren't,
bearing
weren't,
on the.
weren't you up 28 when he got hurt?
Yes. And they hurt him on purpose. Dude, it was a non-contact injury. He was dropping by me. It wasn't even involved in the play. He was just standing there. His leg just crumbled.
I'm not making fun of Hendon Hooker
I'm
getting
not
hurt.
making fun of it, but
I'm
the ones
making
who say
fun of the
it-
dum-dums that think that Hendon Hooker plays when they're down by 28 and they're going to win. Get the fuck out of here. Stop with that
Yeah, he
nonsense.
probably should have been pulled at that point, or at least no. I'm pretty sure that was a designed quarterback run on that play, if I'm not mistaken, too. I don't know where.
Todd Gwynn says, "Does Connor Stallions get a ring for this championship?" I think he has to.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he was in the stands. Did y'all see the picture of him
He was in
smoking a
the
cigar?
at the Rose Bowl when
if I were Harbaugh, I'd make sure he got a ring.
Oh yeah, he gets a ring.
Semifinal.
Even if it's just like a middle finger to the NCAA, you got.
No, it's a middle finger to Ohio State. He was probably the ones running their mouths about it.
You're Harbaugh. Well, he doesn't have any say over it anymore.
He could take the money out of his own pocket and make sure that he gets a ring that's a replica of the one the guys are going to get. He can do that. He's getting paid enough from fucking the Bolts to do that. That's for damn sure.
He might make him a cop ring.
Well, I mean,
the weirdest, the most wacky weird thing of all that happened with what the fuck? What the fuck? Why was he dressed up with a damn Central Michigan?
He was trying to blend in. He was trying to blend in with the coaches down there. I mean,
he was trying to steal. Who was it? Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State signals. Yeah.
Why the fuck? That's stuff I don't understand. Why the fuck you need Michigan State signals to be?
Look at Devin. Devin says, "Does Harbaugh hire stallions in L.A.?" Yeah. Yeah, I would. It's just a
That
shot.
might have been his master plan all along.
Why would you not do it?
To get an NFL job.
I like to stir the pot. Have at it. I'd hire him.
Yeah, you are a little shit stirrer, Rob. I can see.
Oh hell yeah, I'm a damn shit stirrer. Why not?
Why
especially if I'm winning? Oh my god, rub some nose in it.
The eye patcher lunch fool says it's nice holding on to the past when you have nothing to look forward to in the future.
What are you talking about, sir?
What is he?
What are you talking about, sir? I have no
This
clue.
guy's been salty all stream, man.
Yeah,
he needs to chill out. He was dressed as a still Michigan State. Like why? I mean, why would you? I mean, I can understand with I understand with Ohio State or Penn State or something. Why would you need to steal fucking Michigan State signal?
Well, Michigan State had that year where they got their coach who they were pretty good because.
Was that during that year?
Yeah, I think it was during that year when they were they went 10-2 or whatever, and they got their coach.
Wasn't Jim McElwain coaching the Central Michigan?
Yeah, but I mean,
he tried to hold Stallions like a shark.
I don't know, but the Michigan State head coach may have humped Connor Stallions if he could have gotten a hold of him. He'd probably fuck a snake if he could get down on the ground with it. Yeah,
people don't realize. Doesn't Michigan State have a playoff appearance?
Yeah,
they were
terrible.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
They got destroyed by Alabama.
Yeah. They got the old TCU treatment, but they made it.
It weren't that bad, but it was pretty rough.
Well, I was looking
38 zip or something. 38 quarter zip.
Well, I was looking at our upcoming basketball schedule, Kale. And man, I'm glad we get Georgia coming up right now. That's a revenge game brewing.
Yeah, but the Gamecock thing to happen is they go down there and Georgia beats their ass.
That's true.
Anybody be shocked?
I thought the thing would have been for them to drop that one to Mizzou this past week. But I mean, apparently
maybe they're prolonging it.
Should have beaten them by a lot more.
Hey, our basketball team has shown that they can sometimes have a force field to prevent the Gamecock curse.
Ron Staley or Ray Tanner in his days when they were just rolling up college baseball wins, it's the Gamecock thing to do to go and have a big win like this and then get your shit pushed in on the road.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The men's basketball team, though, has had a history of being able to avoid the Gamecock curse.
Yeah, but you also have the history
Well,
of
I mean,
winning
but
25 games
to
and getting
be
left at
fair,
home.
sir, I think
True.
Sendarius Thornwell having the flu when it's time to
His
play
game.
Gonzaga was
Yeah.
pretty
And you
curse-like.
had the Gonzaga had the same center that Mizzou's running out there, big 7'5" looking motherfucker that couldn't do shit. So
Yeah, I'm not
that guy
sure.
was good.
He was pretty good. Yeah.
He was like bigger. They were saying he's bigger than one of them redwood trees out there.
Yeah,
in
that damn
Washington.
lumberjack looking dude.
Yeah.
that guy was interesting.
That motherfucker was beefy though, dude. He was good. You're hating on him.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
pretty
okay,
He
good.
looked like
maybe that's not
damn
true.
brawny man.
He looked like a he looked like an NFL tackle going out there and
Yeah,
playing
but he
basketball.
was 7'5" though.
Yeah,
He's a
and that's
big
just like
motherfucker.
John Matuzak. With
Yeah.
But what do y'all think about the playoffs? Who y'all got in the NFC AFC champion or Super Bowl rather?
well, that's already over with. Sir.
Yeah.
Already
I
over with.
got
I'm gonna
San
take
Francisco.
San Francisco and Kansas City. See how I did.
Kansas
No, I meant to
City's
say
gonna
who
win.
did y'all
I think
pick?
Kansas
Like what'd
City
y'all
will
think of
win.
it, and then who y'all got in the Super Bowl?
Kansas City's going to win. I think that thing's fixed, bro. I think it's fixed.
I think that
They want Taylor
thought
Swift to win the Super Bowl.
I thought that Baltimore had the best team, and Kansas City went out there and handed it to them in their own house. San Francisco, it's all about, they've got so many playmakers and so many different things that they can do. I still think their quarterback's a bitch, and people
Purdy.
I think he's just a straight up bitch.
Who, Brock Purdy?
I think Brock Purdy's a bitch.
I mean, he was sitting here thanking the Lord and Jesus Christ and everything else the other day. But
I don't care. He could thank Buddha. He could thank damn Buddha and the Antichrist, and I wouldn't give a shit.
Man,
Well,
I
I doubt
respect
he'd be
Purdy.
thanking
the
them.
way he went out last year, he went out like a freaking warrior last year in the playoffs. Hey, quarterbacks don't go out there like that. That man, what?
You know
what
why
was
he
the
went out there
official
like
injury?
that? Hold
Didn't
on.
he have like
What?
Tommy John surgery or whatever the hell happens to like
I
MLB
mean,
pitchers?
I don't know what the fuck he had. He had turf toe. I don't know. All I know is that he is going. Here's the thing.
Tommy John surgery. That's the last person
No,
I've
I
ever
said
had
a
that
torn
was
toe. I
Mike
said a
Hampton.
torn
He had something.
toe.
Tim Hudson.
Look,
I don't know
I
exactly
think
what it was. He had something. though.
here's my thing with this guy. I think that you have to be a game manager that can make some throws to make that offense at San Francisco work. Now, he doesn't think that he's a game manager. He thinks that he could step up and make big throws like Peyton Manning did or insert great quarterback. He thinks he's one of those guys, and he's not. He's not. He's surrounded by great playmakers in McCaffrey and Kittle and Debo Samuel and all that. And
It kind of almost, Rob. He kind of, low drafted guy, comes from an obscure.
Don't
well,
say
not
it.
obscure. They're not the same in that.
Don't
regard.
say it.
What?
Are you gonna say Tom Brady?
It kind of does.
Oh my gosh! Now you lost me, Kale.
Look, I may come back and end up looking like a dickhead, but I'm telling you, he's got all. Ayuk is the fourth option on that offense, and Ayuk would be a wide
He could be
receiver
like
one
Randy
anywhere.
Moss.
He could be anywhere. He's got the best play caller in football there. He's got a great offensive line.
Watkins is on that
literally. Oh, Jesus. I cannot wait until you guys go fucking 4-8 and I can laugh at y'all. But the 49ers are loaded across the board, and that's what he's got. I think
he threw for 4,200 yards, Rob.
I don't give a shit.
He's a beast.
So you'd rather have him over, I don't know, Mahomes? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely not.
You'd rather have him over Lamar Jackson?
No.
Okay, so there's two.
I'd rather have him over Tua.
That's not saying much. Tua's
You'd rather
undersized.
have him over Josh Allen?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Josh Allen is a proven loser when the lights are the brightest. Trevor Lawrence, yeah. Trevor Lawrence is
Joe Burrow.
Burrow.
Your head in these nuts.
You bastard.
I'm not saying. Look, I could name 15 NFL quarterbacks I'd have before Purdy. I'd take
I don't
Jalen
know,
Hurts
man.
over. I think Hurts is
Desmond
better.
Ritter.
Nah.
Let's not
Young.
get crazy. No, I said 15, not 30.
Mitch Trubisky.
Oh God.
Baker Mayfield. Now I'm just going through the.
I mean,
No,
I can
seriously.
give up. I can give up. I mean, I can give you a list of names. I mean, I like Jordan Love.
Let me switch this up a minute on a different note there about the Super Bowl. Rob, our buddy, Vince Russo, over on his podcast, Russo Brand. I was listening to. He thinks that the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce romance to be a put on for publicity.
So
what could that be?
What I think? Well, look, here's my thing with that. I don't give a shit who, and I don't think anybody else cares when you have a pro player that is dating someone else. Okay. I don't understand why Taylor Swift is getting all this. Everybody has this hatred towards her. I looked at the numbers. They're 9-3 when she comes to games. 9-3. She says she's going to the Super Bowl.
You think?
Boyfriend? No, she's the guy's boyfriend. Kelce is a tight end. He was good before she got there, but I think people that are sitting here and they're mocking Taylor Swift, it's just kind of shallow. Just what the fuck?
I mean, I think people are just sick and tired of seeing her.
Yeah, look,
my thing about it, Rob,
on that thing the other day, and they showed Taylor Swift in a 3-hour program for about 70 seconds, and it's pissed everybody off. But when they show fucking Mahomes' wife or Mahomes' mom or Mahomes' dad smoking pot on the field, everybody's fucking cool with that. But hey, let's mock.
I'm cool with that. Can you pass it to me?
What the fuck, man? It's just stupid. It's just.
I just wish
no one cares.
I don't mind. I don't know. I don't mind them showing her. I don't like how they do it though. I don't like how it cuts to her immediately
Papa
after
B
every
says
touchdown.
people are not tired of it, and numbers continue to skyrocket.
Because
her fans are tuning in to look at it, sir.
Absolutely. Look, and then
that's why the football fans don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the next game when they had San Francisco in the San Francisco game, they got pictures of Eminem, who's one of the best rappers on the planet, giving the 49ers the finger in the stands. Had 4 or 5 cuts to him, 4 cuts to damn Barry Sanders up there looking around like, hopefully no one notices I've got CTE and made my way out to damn San Francisco. No one give a shit about that. But let's not.
What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this?
What?
That's about like 70 or 80% of the bets and the handle are on the Chiefs, and yet they're still a Vegas underdog. I'm telling you, I think it's a trap for the 49ers, man. I think they're pulling the Uno reverse on us. I think Brock Purdy comes out and shines.
Well, Brock says, don't disrespect Taylor Swift. The NFL was nothing before she started dating Kelce, according to U.S. Women.
That's true.
Blake says, do they show Eminem in every game and also put him in promos? Well, since you asked, when they did the NFL production of let's do this. The in and outro music for the majority of the Detroit games this year were Eminem, his songs. They also did stuff on Mom Spaghetti, which is his pasta restaurant that's in Detroit. They also did the NFL productions at the beginning of the season where they do Hard Knocks. They had him out on the field where he brought spaghetti to all the people that were there. So yeah, the NFL tries to latch on to these stars. They just got hooked on with the biggest pop star since Michael Jackson. That's how big Taylor Swift is. And if Taylor Swift gets you pissed off, you are a gutless, heartless, prickless bastard. You are mocked by a 30-year-old that runs around singing songs to little girls. Shame on all of you.
David Green in the comment section says Andy Reid is banging Taylor. Yeah, I think there could be some truth to that rumor. You just
Maybe.
thought, that before that Miami game when it was like -30
Oh
a
yeah.
couple weeks ago, you just thought that was ice on his mustache.
You people think that Travis Kelce made Taylor Swift famous? Are you out of your fucking mind? How much money did you spend on tickets for Taylor Swift, honey?
Todd,
Almost $600.
The wife spent with what, 3 tickets or however many it was. She spent like north of $2,000 to get tickets to go see Taylor Swift. You
Jesus
could buy
Christ,
season
y'all
tickets for fucking the Chiefs for fucking nothing. Just stop it.
that's nuts.
Stupid.
That's crazy.
I'm not
hold
bashing
on.
you for not liking Swift. I just think it's fucking
I
stupid.
don't. I don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you like football, you shouldn't care. Doesn't matter.
Todd-
Show me what the fuck you
Todd
want. Just
Gwynn,
like
damn it.
play.
Todd Gwynn over in the comment section says WWE McMahon is banging Swift. I wonder if he pooped on her head too.
Oof, I don't want to get into that.
That's a crazy story, and someone had asked about that earlier on here. Look, I mean, they have his text messages. I mean, obviously, all this went down.
It's not a good look.
So he had a sex slave pretty much working for him and had her captive by a job. But the thing about it was, look, they've got his text messages, they've got all this, but they're talking about he took a dump on her head during a threesome or something like this. But like, lady, like you were involved in some threesome. I mean, it when shit started getting really, why didn't you just fucking run away? I mean, like go back, go to your parents.
And this I don't know how I'm going to word this, but she agreed to a payout. What the fuck am I missing here? The man took a shit on her head and she agreed to a payout. Literally. What the fuck do you, I mean?
Oh God.
This show's gone to hell.
Some good shit. Pal.
Hey.
Good shit, pal.
Hey, Rob.
What?
You think Vince McMahon ever used a shiwi?
Fuck no.
No. I just couldn't believe the part about where he
Vince McMahon was running around singing "Old Dirty Bastard." Oh baby, I like it.
Abusing this woman with sex toys that he named after WWE superstars. That I just.
And the whole Brock didn't he lend her out to Brock Lesnar a couple times?
No, he was lending her out to John Laurinaitis.
Do you think the Brock Lesnar, Rob? Do you think the Brock Lesnar would be akin to the home wrecker?
No, home wrecker was almost was the home wrecker.
Okay.
I mean, come on, just be honest here. All right, well, let me let Justin in, Rob. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you.
Hey,
man.
hold up. Lamont, you've been very respectful.
I'm gonna thump her with the JYD, pal.
Some good shit, pal.
I'll just leave it at that. How about this though? All the way up, baby. All the way up. Go Cox. Go Lamont Paris. Fuck the Tennessee man, except for Billy. He's respectful. Fuck, I packed your lunch. You don't know shit. Your IQ's down here. You're a little boy to me, okay? You're a little boy to me. All right? Go Cox. Go Lamont Paris.
Woo! All right. Let's welcome in Justin. Justin, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys?
Doing good. I hope you are.
Back to your team last night, man. You guys did the thing.
Oh, thanks, man. Hey, we beat Carolina Java. We beat 2 top weight teams this year. Kentucky, Tennessee. That's supposed to be a top weight team since 1968. It was Duke and no comment with that.
Jackpot was
I
there
don't
in
remember
68.
that, but
Jackpot was there in 68. He was running around. He was running around as a 16-year-old in 1968. Jackpot is 86.
Oh wow.
Fucker.
Yeah, they were showing that today on Facebook. I can't believe that was a long time ago.
That was long before your time, sir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How's your mama doing, sir? Your mama doing all right?
Yeah, she's doing good. She was happy yesterday with the win. She said, "Go to Texas. Never used to win down there, you know."
good. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys can make the tournament so you'll have somebody to watch in the for March Madness this year.
Oh
Hopefully
yeah.
that happens for you guys.
Hey, why I got something to tell
Oh,
you, man.
good. I don't have to pull for Florida Gulf Coast anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, why? Man, Clifton, their West Man's not look good at all. You know.
Yeah, they're not very good, sir.
Well,
They're
South
not very
Carolina's
good.
best thing they beat.
Yeah.
You know what? Jackpot is normally Jackpot's views nonsense, but that is true.
Oh yeah. Hey, why if I go, man? Florida State, they still won out of the AC. You know that?
Yeah.
I mean, well, here's the thing about this. Where you gonna go? What's Florida State gonna go? I mean, who wants them?
I don't know. We'll have to find out, man. They're gonna go somewhere. I think the ACC is gonna end up like the Big East. It's just gonna wither away, and you'll have some basketball schools there, but all the other ones are gonna
It's
go.
going to end up like the Metro Conference, Rob.
Oh
like
yeah.
the Metro.
I was reminded of that the other night when I looked up in the rafters at our banners up there at Colonial Life, and there's a couple of Metro Conference Championship banners on the ladies' side.
Oh
Man.
wow. Yeah, and think about the SC1. You know, SC was North Carolina, Virginia. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how that how the rest of the season works out. But I remember the Metro Jackpot. Why not? So, all right, Justin, you have a great night, sir, and we'll talk to you later on. All right.
All right, you two guys, go get cuts, keep winning, and get to the big dance.
All right.
Okay,
Good for you, man. There you go. All right. Now they're talking about here. Oh, Brock said something interesting. So my personal favorite musician, Prince, is a better lyricist and musician and wrote a wide variety of songs in many genres. He also wouldn't let his ticket prices get as high as Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift can't fight ticket. Why am I defending Taylor Swift like I'm her dad? Fuck is all that? Right. It's the resale people, sir. And trust me, people were spending a lot of money to go see Prince too. So there's that. Prince is amazing, by the way. So yeah, R says Prince was an amazing musician. He played a lot of different instruments and wrote songs for other artists. Yes, we're not gonna mock Prince on this program, sir. We're not gonna do that.
Let me ask you a question. Is Taylor Swift as big as Elvis?
I don't know as far as records sold.
I tell you, I bet you as far as money, she's raking in a lot more than Elvis.
She made more money, I'm sure. R says Rob has Taylor on his playlist. Yeah, so what? Got teenage daughters. They love Taylor Swift.
Well, I mean, with taking inflation into the mix, do you think Taylor Swift right now, do you think she's worth more than Elvis was?
I don't know. We
there
don't
can't be. I mean, because he had a longer body of work.
He did. Rob has an SEC bias, says Rob has to defend Taylor Swift to justify spending that much damn money for the concert. You, sir, do not have a daughter. You're running around in your house betting parlays to keep the power on. You don't know shit about having a daughter and having that being part of their just what they're into. I'm not going to sit here with all this bullshit. You guys don't know shit about that.
Brandon Coon said he actually saw Taylor Swift
you know
in
what?
concert.
That's
bro. Taylor.
That's a great
Rob.
Yeah.
He saw Taylor, but Brandon Coon saw Taylor Swift in concert in the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium in 2008. Dude, that's like one step above the Clinton High School basketball gym.
Well, look,
Spartanburg. How old would she have been then? Like 18?
So did I tell you the Taylor Swift story about at my station? I have to give you this.
No, can you answer my question? How old would she have been in 2000?
In 2000, well, she's 33 now. So in 2008, she would have been 17.
17, God.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
when
go
she
ahead with your
was
story. I'm
17
sorry.
and she was doing her first big country record, she walked into my office at iHeartRadio and asked where the bathroom was.
Samantha, excuse me, Rob. She's 34. Sorry, guys.
My bad. Sorry.
He was off by a year.
We don't want to get the Swifties mad at us. Holy shit. I don't want that on our Twitter.
No, they might start throwing things.
Send your hate tweets to @Hall_Kale. Rob defended Taylor Swift. Let Jackpot deal with all that. But no, I mean, she walked in and I didn't know who she was because we have artists that come in all the time. This is before she was huge. I directed the young lady to the bathroom, and then my good buddy Andy Woods says, like, who is that? Whose kid's here? He goes, oh, she's got the #1 selling country record in the country. Great. I've never heard of her. So there's that. And thing number 2, the wife made a valid point. I didn't know how much she spent on Taylor Swift tickets. I knew it was a good bit, but she bought them. She has a job. She can buy tickets. Not fuck. I mean, whatever with all that nonsense. Silly. So there you go with that. I think it was the Tim McGraw song, Brandon. Very good. I would like to see a jackpot after a football loss to the Citadel against the Swifties. That would be fun.
What's that?
My money's on jackpot. Like if we were going to handicap it, jackpot on Twitter after a Gamecock football loss to the Citadel against the Swifties on Twitter. My money's on jackpot. Jackpot would be there for the first 3 rounds. They may have to string it out a little bit. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived through a loss to the. Come here. I'm sorry. I've lived through a loss to the Citadel. That was
You've lived through a couple of losses to the Citadel, sir. You were at one of them, weren't you? In 91? You told me you were at that
it was
game.
1990. Yeah.
Yeah, you were actually at that game. You saw that live and in person.
I saw it live in living color.
Yeah.
Absolutely did. I for some reason, I swear, I don't know why we left that game early. I don't know why it was. My mom used to take me to all those games then because I was only like, at the time, I think it's like 14, 15. I mean, I wasn't driving down there. And plus, she had the season's tickets. But I don't know if it was because we were playing like shit or it was a back and forth game and she thought we were going to lose. I don't know. I remember we did leave that game early because I was in the car listening to the Bob Fulton call. Jack Douglas, the option quarterback from the Citadel, dove in from the 1 yard. He said, in the end zone, touchdown. I vividly remember that, and I wasn't listening to it on a headset. Remember, we used to have the headsets back in the day that you could listen to the games and stuff on while you were at the game, and yeah, that was rough.
Eric paid us $2 for us to say, screw, I'll spend $2 to say you smelt her fart. Okay, thank you for the $2 super chat. Big Barney Ross got this for free because this is actually witty. I'd like to see Taylor fist fight Mahomes' wife. Yeah, I don't like Mahomes' wife. I think Taylor would stomp a hole in her, by the way.
What's wrong with Mahomes' wife?
She just seems cunty. Is that a word, cunty?
I'm sure it is. It's an adjective.
If not, we can just make up words here. I'm going to go with cunty. If you look up cunty in the dictionary, there's probably a picture of Mahomes' wife.
How old is she? How old is Mahomes? Like 28?
Is cunty? Cunty is probably in her late 20s, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm not trying to sound right. Is Mahomes a black dude? Or is he mixed? I can't. I think he's mixed.
I don't know. I don't know. Jackpot. That's a very good thing. I'm not
trying to be a bigot or nothing.
I don't know. Here's what I do know. I know his dad was literally smoking pot on the field the other day at the Ravens game, and he looked like he was a drug dealer on the field.
Well, no, I don't know why it is, but I don't know. It seems like a lot of mixed athletes are like better athletes than white dudes and the black dudes.
Yeah,
The Rock. I mean, come on,
Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, so we're just making ground here. We're I don't know where the hell this show went.
We came up with 2 so far, but there you go.
Spencer Rattler. Yeah, there's a good one there too. Spencer Rattler. I don't know. We have to go slip from there because I don't know any others. I don't know.
Derek Jeter?
No.
What?
Derek Jeter's terrible. Fuck him.
Well, I know, but yeah, he's biracial too. I believe. think he
Blake
is.
Griffin. That's what Matthew says. Lenny
Yeah.
Kravitz. Very good, Harvey. I can buy that.
Who's trying to start a car and failing in the background?
The wife is playing Fortnite, sir. My
Oh, it
wife.
sounded like she was trying to start
I
old.
I like my
Sounded
wife
like she's
is
trying to start old Chevelle or something.
like she's trying to start a Chevelle. No,
And it wouldn't,
over
the damn
there,
motor wouldn't turn on.
she's playing Fortnite. My wife is like she's a damn good Fortnite player. It's pretty funny. Like we try to play in tandems or whatever, and she ends up just cussing me like, "You're not going where you're supposed to go." I'm like, "Woman, I don't know where the fuck you're going." She thinks I'm supposed to read her mind on Fortnite because she knows all this shit and I don't. It's a mess. That's what the wife and I do. We play Fortnite together and, things like that. So, all right. Anything else before we get out of here? Donald Trump, funny, Todd. Brock
Yeah,
wants
but
to know
we
what
got
games
that
we play.
transfer portal in the spring is going to be interesting. Our
It is.
our long lost buddy I haven't heard from over here in a while, Pagan Megan.
Peg and Megan. I talked to him today or messaged with him today or the other day.
He seemed to think that he seems to think at one time that Nicholas Harbor was going to end up in the Georgia red and black.
He's not going to Georgia.
I mean, I think
I
that's
think
always.
here's something I think. I think DJ Lagway, the big Florida recruit, is going to transfer out. Oh, look at Will coming up right behind me. I think Lagway is going to go somewhere else. I don't think it's going to be Tennessee, though. He's not going to go behind old Nico over there. But, hey, you can come to Clemson, sir. We'd love to have you. Just saying. I'm not going to be going in your Twitter mentions, but
So what's the deal with him? I mean, what?
Well, I mean, he's at Florida, and I think that they think that Napier's going to go away and he's going to transfer out. That's what I think they're thinking.
Why? I mean, why does everybody think Florida's going to be such a shit stain this year? I
don't know,
other
because
than-
your coach is a fucking idiot. Maybe that's what it is. Hey, look, go and watch some of the games when he was at Louisiana, and some of the X's and O calls that he made down there that were just batshit. He had one game where he couldn't manage timeouts. How in the fuck do you have a Power 5 job in the SEC and you can't figure out timeouts?
A Power 5 job in the SEC. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So seriously, this guy is dumber than
And
a bag of cat food. So
if you look at Eric Musselman, the head coach for Arkansas, if you look at him in the face, he looks like Huffer Billy Paul, probably about 10 years younger. If you know Huffer Billy Paul, he looks like Huffer Billy Paul.
do.
I was looking at him, I said, who does Musselman look? I said, he looks like Huffer Billy Paul.
yeah, that might be true.
They got a picture of him and Lou, Pigskin Pete, Sir UGA, and one other individual. I can't remember who. Colby, I think is his name, that was in Las Vegas last week. They were all dressed up in their suit jackets and their, I don't know what you call them. I call them an old man cap vest with the what's the little gold chain thingy here?
Like the pocket watch?
Yeah, something like dressed up like gangsters or something. I thought it was pretty cool.
God bless them.
But apparently, Las Vegas beat Uncle Lou.
Well, hopefully Uncle Lou can rebound from that.
Well, Vegas always wins. So
Vegas does always win.
Someone asked win last night against Carolina Jackpot.
No, they didn't. Jackpot took them for a runner. Enough where Jackpot's going to get $30 tickets from North Carolina.
I'm not doing that. That's crazy.
should.
I'm telling you, though, I can pick some of these upsets sometimes, but I have a heck of a time with the easier shit I should be able to pick. I end up screwing the pooch.
Let me answer this question. Rob asked, or I'm sorry, I think it was someone asked what games we play. Well, we do play Fortnite, but coming up in July, we are going to stream right here on the Carolina the Carolina Jackpot channel and our Facebook page. We're going to do I'm going to buy the new NCAA game, and we're going to have we're definitely doing the Clemson and South Carolina games, but we're going to put up these simulations from the NCAA game right here on the channel. And Jackpot, when we do our pick'em challenge, I think we're going to have the simulation, whatever the simulation goes with, that's what we'll enter for them. And we'll see how the simulation does against the spread all season.
When does this game come out?
July.
Do you think this is going to be the most purchased game ever?
I think it will be. I think there are a lot of middle-aged dudes like us who are going to. The wife bought me a PS5 just for this game, and then we figured out we like Fortnite, so now she's over there playing Fortnite.
How many? What's it been like? 12 years?
2014, I think it was. Yeah,
was the last time we had a NCAA game. So
yeah,
I remember that. I played
boat?
it with Jackpot Jr. I remember playing with Jackpot Jr. and he was like, this was when he was a lot younger, and he used to tell me I was a closet Clemson fan because sometimes I pick. No, fuck off with that. Because I fucking picked them one time and I played a simulated game.
Hold on, I've got pictures of you in a Clemson hat, sir. You don't have a picture of me in a Gamecock hat.
Okay, well that's fine. But I was Clemson one time and played him as Virginia.
Yeah.
In Scott Stadium, and he was fucking mad because I beat him with Taj Boyd. And then I played another matchup that we've never seen played before, and I don't understand why. Clemson in the Peach Bowl versus Arkansas. I won.
Of course you did.
I'm also going Boyd again.
So we're going to stream those games, and I think I want to do like a league where we have I don't know, we may have eight. I don't know. We're going to have a league too. And if you guys want to play, we'll have head-to-head.
So you're saying we're going to simulate all the games in our pick'em?
We're going to simulate. I'm going to simulate all the games. I think we're going to stream, and you and I have to talk about this, but I think we're going to stream the South Carolina matchup and the Clemson matchup, and maybe the best matchup of the week. Stream all of them.
How long is that going to take?
It'll take. I think they're like 40 minutes a piece. And we'll set them up to stream like where they'll drop, and we could figure out.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So they'll just show up here and people can watch them and comment, etc. And then
we're not going to do it during the thing. Are we going to stream the Kale Hall shitter of the week?
We can do that. Do you want to simulate the shitter too?
So I mean, we could get some some Temple Akron action going on.
Jesus Christ. I mean, you really want me to have to set up the Kale Hall shitter?
The week one shitter is going to be Old Dominion in South Carolina.
God damn it,
dude! There's some shitter games this year. Did you know Mizzou is playing on the road at UMass?
Why?
I don't know, but they've got to play that game in the Because UMass's stadium seats like 17,000 people. It's called like the McGurk Alumni Memorial Stadium. They're not going to play that game there, especially if Mizzou's gotten good. They'll have to play that game at the Patriots Stadium.
Or, I don't know where they're going to play.
They have to. Here's another shitter. Virginia, and this could be a legit where the group of 5 team wins. Virginia, bro, like week 3 or 4 is going on the road to play at Conway against Coastal.
Wow. That's going to be interesting. Jackpot, did you hear about
Virginia? I think Virginia's goes to Old Dominion again, which that's not a big deal. They played there before, but yeah, I mean, we haven't went on the road. We played one of these shitters. I think we played at East Carolina a couple of years ago. They're like, "What the fuck, South Carolina? Why is it whenever one of these games is played, why the fuck South Carolina playing at East Carolina? What? I mean, because it's a payday for them. I don't know why. Yeah.
Jackpot, did you hear about Kansas? Kansas is playing all of their games on the road this year at a different spot. They're going to play 2 at the Major League Soccer game stadium in Kansas City, and the rest of them at Arrowhead Stadium while they're rebuilding that shithole stadium that they play in.
Yeah, they have. I saw that. There's a YouTube channel out there called Depressed Ginger that does a lot of videos. Yes, Depressed Ginger, not Crushed Ginger. Crushed Ginger is what I put in my in my spaghetti sauce. But he does a lot of videos about stadiums and and old teams from the past. And like if you wanna know anything about the Buffalo Braves basketball team, you might want to watch a channel like that. But he does a lot of stuff on like crappy NBA, the shittiest NBA arenas ranked from 10-1, and just stuff like that. That's interesting.
Well, that might be interesting. Let's see how that
Brant
goes.
Coons, South Carolina went and played at UCF in 2013. Yep, beat their brakes off too.
And that was that team with Bortles, and they had that good running back too. I mean, they weren't. That was
What was his name?
win
God,
for
I
South
can't
Carolina. I can't remember. Duke. Was it Duke Johnson? I think his name
No,
was.
he played for Miami. He had
Shit.
braids. I can't remember what his name was, but
Hold on,
he was good. They had a good receiver too.
All right, so let's answer Matthew's question. What CFB stadium would you guys want to go to the most? Are you talking about where I'd rather see Clemson play or just go to for a game? Because that's a fair one too. I mean, I'd like to see Clemson play at Ohio State and beat their ass. That would make me happy.
But I don't think he's just talking about just go to.
Just general. Okay,
I'd like to go to a game. I'd like to go to Texas A&M. I'd like to go to LSU. I want to go to a game at Penn State. Believe it or not, I would like to go to a game at Syracuse.
Well, Jack Potza, you're a football purist, sir. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting venue, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
I'd like to go to the Big House. I've never been to the Big House. My parents went to a game in the Big House.
See, if I had my option, I'd want to go to an LSU game that was at night. I want to go to the night game, and I've got enough Cajun friends down there. They would show me some good love down there. My friend the Gnome down there said if I came to the Clemson game, and we call him the Gnome because he is about 4 foot tall, he said I could toss him like a dwarf at a target if I came to the Clemson LSU game. He said we could do that. So that might be something that, might be interesting. So I'd like to go down there for a night game. And then the other game, I mean, I kind of want to go up to the Big House, I guess. But
I'd like to go to West Virginia.
Do you want to burn a couch or not?
Not. I just want to go to the football game and eat at McDonald's afterwards. West Virginia, I'd like to go to Mizzou. Like to get the chance to do that again. Didn't get to go this past time. Where else? Yeah,
Somebody said Bob wants to go to Tennessee. I wouldn't mind going to a game at Tennessee. There are good Tennessee fans out there. Not all of them are toothless.
No,
Shit.
I mean there were some folks talking about us going to that game this past season. And then they just kind of stopped talking about it. So I just didn't think about it. But
there it is. Storm Johnson, very good. Crisis 187.
Storm Johnson.
That was his name. Storm Johnson, very good. I would go to a Tennessee game with Billy, but we'd have to sit
with folks who are sitting there heavy with they got that Google finger going on to help us out because ain't no way I'd ever remember that.
I would have never gotten that either. I would go to Kroger Field with Big Barney Ross and watch a Kentucky game.
I've been there before.
But I'd go. I'm not going unless Big Barney Ross is going. Big Barney Ross will shoot a deer beforehand and eat half of it.
I've been there when it was known as Commonwealth Stadium.
Yeah. Papa B says you want to see the Grove. I don't know.
Have you ever been to Virginia Tech before, Rob?
No. My buddy Willie married a Virginia Tech grad, and he goes to games up there all the time. And he says that when they do Inner Sandstorm, he said it is the Metallica song. He said it is batshit crazy. I mean, it is loud.
I went up there 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't marry a Virginia Tech girl, but I talked to a Virginia Tech girl and a couple of friends, but I was like, they're 14. They're like, go away, kid. But anyway.
Can I ask you a question? When you were little and you went to games, okay, and you said that Mama Jackpot took you to some games.
Yeah,
did you get jacked up and pissed off when y'all lost? Because I mean, I was thinking back when you were young, the Gamecocks, they had some good years, but that's shitty years too. I mean, you left the stadium probably not very happy a lot.
Yeah, Sheesh. I want to say it was in like 1983 ish,
Right.
83 maybe. I got to go to my first Clemson South Carolina game in Williams-Brice. We played on that AstroTurf and we lost like,
Hmm.
God, it's like 24-13 or something. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, they didn't get their
Hmm.
ass handed to them, but they lost. And like, I started crying.
Hmm.
And and she like took me out, like, took
But
me to
did
the
did
bathroom,
you
and I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't want to repeat what was said. But I came back and I had a different attitude. See, back in the day when you started crying and showing your fucking ass, like you didn't get coddled. You went out and you really got your ass shown to you.
that's what I'm saying. I have never met Mama Jackpot, but I bet Mama Jackpot gave you a talking to.
She
Kale?
probably went and told me something like, "They're losing, they're not any good, and you're just gonna have to get over it." Now
Yeah.
stop
You
it.
gotta get the hell over it, and I'll get you a doo-doo ice, and you can take your ass back up to the stairs.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember getting upset a couple times. I remember the 1987 Gamecocks game against Clemson. I got pissed off early in that game because we fell behind like 7-6 or 7-3 or something. We ended up coming back and winning though. But I got pissed off at her a couple of times. The first time we ever went to excuse me, well, one of the first road games we went to, we went to NC State, and that was that year. South Carolina was really, really good, and they had a terrible team, and we were losing to them at like the beginning of the fourth quarter. So let's just go. So we left and started our drive back to Greenville Spartanburg area. Really? I'm like, we came. I was like so mad, man. I was like 8 or 9 years old. I'm like, we came all this way to Raleigh, North Carolina, watch this game. We gotta go home. Great, great, great. So we get in the car, and we don't know that, and then we get about 30 minutes down the road, turn the radio on, and they come back and won.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and that wasn't the first time. We went to Virginia Tech a few years later, and we're behind, and we're going down this damn mountain, and we get back in reception area again, and I turn it back on, and now Bob Fulton talking about the Gamecocks coming back and winning. I mean, like, all you gotta do is take her to the game with you, start losing, and leave, and then your team will come back and win.
Well, we've had a good show tonight, Jackpot, and we'll be back at it on Sunday evening. Appreciate you guys, and I'm on Twitter at Rob Sounds Good. Please go and follow me there. Like the show, for God's sake. We got all these people in here watching. We should have a lot more thumbs up.
Hold on for that. Brandon Kuhn says the one game that pissed him off is when they lost at home to Auburn in 2011. Auburn was, oh yeah, I remember that. Look, dude, I can tell this story now because he's grown, but I think that Jackpot Jr. was, I think he may have been like 8 or 9 years old when that went down. Maybe he was 10. I don't know. But we were watching that game that apartment I lived in then, and dude, he got so fucking mad at the end of that game with that Auburn, that tight end. I think his name was like Luxenkirchen or something.
Yeah.
I think the guy died actually.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he's passed away. Anyway, he scored that touchdown with like a minute left in that game. And they won, and then we got the ball, and they couldn't do anything with it, and we lost to them. And it kind of ruined what was setting up to be a really, really good season because we had went to a game at the beginning of that season and in Charlotte against the Pirates, and we thought, that was Clowney's freshman year. We'd been beat Georgia. We'd done all this stuff, and dude, he got so mad. I mean, he just started crying and raising hell and just, oh my God. I'm like, I can't. And the only thing I could do to calm him down was to call my mom and have her talk to him because like he was just out of control, upset. And I'm like, this is not, I'm like, you got to calm down. I'm like, I was mad about the loss, but I mean, I'd never seen like him get that emotional
Angry.
after the loss. I'm like, he is a true Gamecock fan.
Well, there you go with that little
Brandon
story.
Coon said he did die. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he got in a wreck or something like that, or if he had COVID, or I don't know what happened to it, but he did pass away.
All right. Well, plenty more stuff coming up this weekend. I'm on Twitter at Rob Sounds Good. Please like the show. Jackpot's at Hall_Kale. Go and follow him there as well. Subscribe to Gamecock Sporty's channel. The young man
Gamecock Sporty,
is doing
Gamecock
some
Chuck,
good stuff there.
Twisted Rooster, Jordan
Yeah.
Dealmaker.
Yeah, all
Got a
those
lot
guys.
of Gamecocks out there doing some good stuff. Putting in the
Gamecock
Lord's
Chuck,
work.
I don't comment on his stuff because I don't know what to say. If you're into Gamecock hoops, you need to be following Gamecock Chuck. He breaks down some of that shit, especially on the women's side. He says stuff and it's like, whoa. I mean, he knows his stuff. So go follow Gamecock Chuck too.
He does. Gamecock Chuck and Twisted Rooster. Let's get both of them up over 1,000 subscribers.
Twisted Rooster had a show one night where I swear to God, he talked 45 minutes about a fucking bidet, but it kept me amused. So go and check
Twisted
out.
Rooster's had some live streams that have lasted like 6 hours.
He just gets on and does his thing.
They just get on there and that's it, man. They get on there and they have I like to drink these now along with Miller Lights, like these Corona Lights.
Yeah.
This is a good, them old IPAs, they kind of sit heavy on your stomach. So I can't drink but maybe one of those. But these old Corona Lights and these regular Miller Lights is a good session beer. You know what session beer is, right, Rob?
No, sir. Please educate me.
It's when you're going to drink and have a session of drinking. Like if you're going out and playing golf or fishing or watching football or whatever. You want to pound, 8 or 10 of them. You can do that and still get up the next day.
Fair enough. I'm going to start and I said I was going to do this earlier, but I really want to start doing. I'm going to bring back the rundown, Jackpot. I may start doing that here before too long. Do like a little 30-minute show each day because I got enough that I can get off my chest and it's therapeutic. So.
Yeah, I used to like to listen to the rundown. I would listen to the rundown, especially on Friday afternoons when you was doing it. When I was down in the Lumberton, North Carolina area working for Roses, and I was on my way home for the weekend, I'd listen to the rundown.
The only thing that's wrong about the rundown is that host is just shitty. Fuck that guy. I don't like the host, but the rundown's all right.
Well, there you go. Let's replace the host and. That's it.
All right. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good week. We'll see you later on.